Okay, the reason why I started this channel was because I commented a story about a newlywed cheating on her husband on their honeymoon on a cruise ship that I worked on, and I commented a story that was similar to the one I was watching on Reddit stories. And then as I ended the story that I commented on, I said, let me know if you want to hear the Ben Wallace story. And that was very popular. Everyone said, tell me the Ben Wallace story, tell me the Ben Wallace story, tell me the Ben Wallace story. So, without further ado, this is Ben Wallace and the feminine male escort. So it's 2005, 2006. I'm working at a very exclusive high-end hotel. Not the type of hotel that's even on Expedia. We're talking a minimum of $500 a night. This isn't the fucking W. This is like the preeminent, hotel of a downtown metropolitan area. Okay. Yeah, so it's a very, very nice place, very elegant. Some of the nicest restaurants in the city itself, or with inside the hotel, that kind of place. We have the NBA contract. Actually, most professional sports teams that come into the town to play our professional sports team will stay at our hotel simply because we are the most luxurious. So don't be fooled. Anytime you're staying at, Ritz-Carlton or Four Seasons or a W or something like that, just know that there's always going to be one nicer, and it's a hotel like this. So, NBA guys, those guys are pretty funny. There's different classes of professional athletes: rookies, guys riding the bench, and then the big name guys. Big name guys don't go out and cause trouble. They stay in, order a little room service, maybe a movie or two, and then they go to the game, and that's it. Rookie guys go out, blow money, go ham, go out on the city, go out on the town, have a good time. Guys that ride the bench, same kind of deal. They typically ride the coattails of the rookies that are, kind of doing it big. Anyway, Ben Wallace, right? Detroit Pistons. They check in. I think it was game night. Yeah, it was game night. And so he had played. And a couple hours afterwards, a guy calls. Very, very effeminate voice. And he's like, excuse me, may I speak to Mr. Wallace, please? And I'm like, yeah, there's no Mr. Wallace staying in the hotel this evening. And I'll kind of take a detour there for a second. Every single celebrity has an alias, most of them do, that stay with us. Some sort of code name. And they're never going to stay under their real name. A lot of times it might be their assistant's name, or even their agency name, something like that, Anyway, he's staying under an alias, and we're really not supposed to talk about this at all. That's why we have the contract, because our staff is paid well enough to not talk about that, not tell these stories. I myself signed an NDA agreement, but that's all long expired. This was 15 years ago, right? So, I just totally deny the phone call. We kind of go back and forth on the phone for a little bit. And I say, there's no one here by that name. He's like, I just saw him playing on television. He's obviously there. You're just trying not to help me. And blah, blah, blah. So we're doing all that. He's giving me all this back talk, and I'm simply not having it. About an hour later or so, he walks into the hotel. He's coming up the escalators, and I see this like 5-foot guy. He's kind of walking very effeminately. He's got like the one hand out, like, and the other hand kind of on his hip. He's got that little 2-step strut, you know. You can barely see over the front desk as he approaches me. And he says, I'm here to see Mr. Wallace, please. And I'm like, you know, sir, I'm here by that name. And my front desk manager walks out. And he's like, oh, hey, Femmy. This is like 3 a.m., mind you, okay? I'm a night auditor, so that means I oversee hotel operations from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. And I go over the day's receipts and make sure everything balances out. And that's my job. And then my night manager, who, when he wasn't sleeping, up in a room, was either downstairs in the office with his feet kicked up, you know, talking shit about some guest or whatever. Anyway, so this was a female assistant manager comes out at this time. She's like, oh, hey, Femmy. And so it's obviously like, does she know him? Like, you know, what's this about? And so this guy, and he called, and she called him Femmy, and which I thought was hilarious. And so Femmy, quote unquote Femmy, is like, will you please tell this guy that I need to see Mr. Wallace? And she's like, you know I can't do that. You know I need the code name. You know you need the password to get up on the floor, blah, 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 you know. So she, already right there, it's being made clear to me that this guy has been at this hotel before, is well-known, you know, like a well-known escort. Even though we're not the type of place that would ever like conduct that type of business. We're actually, you know, we actually go through a lot of training to prevent that type of business, but a guest wants what a guest wants. And when you get up to a certain level of service or a certain level of high-end, like escort, sometimes there's like ways that like you can't even really tell that they are escorts because they're so high-end, so you can't really do anything to prevent it. Not to mention, if you're in the business, you know, it's like we're all kind of in it together, right? So management might say one thing, and then like whatever frontline people are going to do what they do. And so anyway, apparently she had a relationship with this person, and you know, it was like he had been there before, and I don't know if he had seen Ben Wallace before, but so anyway, he leaves for like a minute or two, and then comes back and is like, can you please just call his room? The password is like, you know, so-and-so. She gives me the okay. I dial the room, and I use his alias, and I say, I'll just say Mr. Wallace at this time. I say, Mr. Wallace, a Mr. Femmy is here to see you. Yeah, send him up. Honest to God. This is 100% true. He said, yeah, send him up. Don't know if it was a cousin or if it was a love interest. I don't know why this large, very kind of aggressive NBA player had a well-known feminine male escort visit his hotel room at like 3:30 in the morning, but it happened, and I was there. This is 100% true. I hope you guys weren't looking for something more salacious. I don't know what else happened beyond that, but that's the story. You could Google, is Ben Wallace gay? Because other people apparently have. There was a question answered on Quora, and there's another website that discusses it as well. I looked it up since you guys asked me to post this story. So, oh, and the question on Quora was posed like 12 years ago, which was like 2008, a few years after this happened. So, not the only person in the world that's asked this question. Again, I want to do a little bit of a disclaimer. I am no way, shape, or form calling this man gay. I would never want to be responsible for outing somebody. But that's the story, and I'm sticking to it. And this is Hotel Stories. Probably have another story coming out. Got lots and lots of them. Saudi royal family. Probably have well over 20 salacious stories from them. What else here? Yeah, Saudi royal family, naked NBA wife. I wrote out a bunch of them. Saudi royal family, about 20 of those. Naked NBA wife. I'm blanking right now. Oh, the 100 dildo room. I call him Dildo Man. Rich guy on roller skates, passing out $100 bills. I'll have to look back at my list, guys, but why don't you comment with what I just gave you and tell me what you want the next story to be, and I will post it. Thanks for tuning in. Please comment, like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell so you can hear more stories. Again, if you have feedback on my channel, would love to hear it as to how I can make it better. You are watching my feet walk because I want to keep my privacy, and I can't think of a better way to do it. So if you can think of a better way, I have no problem doing that, but I think it keeps things unique. And so yeah, hope you guys enjoy this, and yep.